Welcome back to another Swampfox Optics video, and if you are the guy that always forgets something when you go to the range, this video is for you. Stick around and find out some of the things that we like to keep in our bags all the time so we forget less things on range days. We are packing up to go to the range. We are going to shoot some content with this Taurus Raging Hunter in 44 mag. We're gonna put a bunch of optics on there and have a good time, but as we are getting ready for that, we are packing our stuff, and I figured this would be a good time to kind of talk through some of the things that we like to pack or things that we have learned to pack to make sure that our range days go smoothly. We're gonna go through my savior bag here, kind of pocket by pocket, what's in each thing and why it's in there. We'll go through my targets as well, but starting off with the savior bag, this is from Savior Equipment. I don't know which model it is, but it is fantastic. FDE or Coyote, as all things should be. But we'll start off with this big main pocket here. First thing is a pair of trauma shears. This is, I think I have multiple actually in this bag, but it's just a good backup to have. We have a dedicated range medical bag, and we'll go over that in another video, but that's the first thing. Second thing is my tool pouch. So this is like 20 bucks off of Amazon. You can get a pack of 3. This is probably one of the most important things in my bag, and what this is a bag full of all kinds of extra crap. It's got a sling in here, because why not? Put that on the floor. First thing in here is a baggie of foam ear protection. I have had this in here for forever, and it has slowly dwindled down because one of the things that people forget all the time is a pair of ears. So I can't tell you how many times this has saved us or someone that we're shooting with to just be like, hey, I got a pair of foamies, you can keep them. But that is what that is for. So second thing, I have some batteries in here. This is actually for our rangefinder specifically, but really what this whole bag is for tools. So I'm literally just gonna dump it out on the table so you can see. It is just an assortment of all the different kind of tools you might need, especially for adjusting optics. So we've got some adjustment tools for our Liberty and Justice 2. I have a T25 little Allen wrench. This is good for our Raider or any of our mounts. I have a little either T10 or T15. It's like a long guy. This is really good for our Raider and the extended mount, so we need to like get it up in there to tighten the base down. So love having that. Have a little rack of just random bits. I have a Multitasker tool from Multitasker Tools. I have an optic leveling mount from Arasaka. This thing is great when we forget to level our optics when we go to the range for zeroing and testing. So I love having this for that last minute, like just get it quick and dirty level to your pick rail. I have this long guy for adjusting adjustable gas blocks. And then the rest of the stuff kind of is what it is. A couple of suppressor tools and other flathead screwdrivers for different kinds of stuff. So like I said, this is the most important bag, I think, in my whole range bag because it carries all the tools and all the accessories that we might need when we are working with optics, and that's kind of what we do. All right, the next little baggie in my thing here is another Savior Equipment thing, a little bag, but it is batteries. I love having this extra bag full of batteries. I've got 1632s for our Liberty and Justice 2s. I've got 2032s for our Sentinel 2s and our Krakens and all of our LPVOs. So this is a lifesaver, super great. Bunch of 123s in here as well for lights and night vision and stuff like that. Ear protection, I always have my pair of ears in here as well. Obviously I have more backups in here, but that's another big one. Another big thing I like to have in my range bag is extra ammo. We usually bring, a case or 2 of ammo when we go to the range, but something always happens, and I'm always running out of like precision or match ammo when we're doing accuracy testing or stuff like that. So I like to have that, and then I also have this other Savior bag of 9mm. Obviously there's a lot of extra stuff in here, but the reality is that for every single thing I'm pulling out and talking about, can correlate to a day or on the range where I forgot that particular thing. So that's why it's all in here and things that I found to be useful. So extra ammo is a huge part, just because you never know what you are gonna miss. So 223, 308, and 9mm is usually what I have. A little bit of extras in here, so we'll still have that in there. Last thing in this big pocket is a mag loader. Loading mags all day sucks, and you're not a bitch if it hurts your hands, so I like having this. Call me if you want, but it's nice to have. A couple other things I have in this little side pocket. I have a chrono. This is super great for all the chrono things. I have a rangefinder. Booyah. I've got a pair of binoculars in here because I don't have a spotting scope, so this kind of functions as my spotting scope occasionally, so that's super nice to have. I'm not gonna pull them all out, but the last thing I have in this big pocket is extra magazines for the same reason I have extra ammo. I have gone to the range before and not brought any magazines. So extra magazines in the range bag. So that's gonna do it for the big pocket. Let's put all this stuff back in. Do one of the small ones. All right, so working on this side pocket close to me. This is just another like utensil pocket here. I've got some lubrication, I've got some gun butter. I have a bag of Ranger bands because you never know when you're gonna need to strap something down. Nothing too fancy here. I usually have bore snakes in this pocket as well, which are not in there. Oh, and I have a whole collection of gun butter stickers, which is pretty dope. So, love that. Thanks, Mason. Moving on to the front pocket. There's not much in this one right now because I've been switching out the pistols I've been shooting, but this is a little mag pocket in the Savior bag. So I usually have extra magazines in here. Again, for the same reason there's extra magazines in the big pocket. And found the extra pair of trauma shears. So put that back in there. I have my stapler. This is an invaluable tool, but a stapler is nothing without staples. So in this pocket, I have a ton of staples, literally like hundreds of extra staples just because you never know when you are gonna need some. All right, and then in the stapler pocket, I also have a deck of cards. What I like to do with this deck of cards is a fun little drill. So what we do is we take a bunch of these cards, we staple them kind of all across a piece of cardboard, and then we take turns. You have the guy who's shooting back facing the target. Someone behind him on the range will pick a card for him to identify and shoot. And then on the beep, he will turn around, he will identify his chosen card that his buddy picked. Then you draw, shoot, and try and put a round through the card in as fast of a time as possible. Then we take turns, and as you go faster and you miss a shot, you get eliminated, and it's a good time. So it doesn't hurt to have a deck of cards to put bullets in. All right, that's gonna do it for the range bag. Like I said before, we also have a dedicated medical bag, and then we usually have ammo and magazines stored separately. So this is just the fail-safe things you should, or at least in our experience, have needed to put in a bag like this to make sure that we have good fluid range days. So the other piece to this that I'll talk about is my little clipboard here. And what I love about this clipboard is it is cheap, it's on Amazon. We beat the crap out of it, but it's not fancy for a reason. So all I have in here is a ruler. I pulled the pen out first instead of ruler. Ruler, pen, and Sharpie. And then I have a bunch of targets that I have printed off from 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper. And so what I like to do is I store them in here. I have all sorts of targets. This is one of the targets that we've used for accuracy testing, an idea I got from Preston Moore, shout out Preston. And then I have a bunch of T.Rex arms targets. Again, there are tons of free targets you can find on the internet for shooting, and they fit in a clipboard, so we love it. So have a bunch of targets, zeroing targets, accuracy targets. I like to keep some things in here, obviously. And then at the very end, I have somewhere in here, literally blank sheets of 8.5 by 11 paper. And the reason I like to keep these in here is because let's say one of these isn't doing the trick or you shot through all of them. Guess what you can do with a piece of paper and a pen? Draw targets. So if you are doing some pistol drills or even rifle drills and you give yourself some circles at different sizes, it is super easy to make a target that fits your needs right on the spot. So I'd like to have printed targets, and then I'd like to keep a couple extra pieces of paper so that if we are in a pinch or something's not cutting it, we literally just make our own on the spot. So this is my little target thing that I like to keep. The ruler is for measuring group sizes if I don't have my phone to do the little scanny thing, but that's gonna do it for our range stuff. So like I said, everything in here is an example of a time that we didn't bring that particular thing and forgot it. So please don't be like us, please learn from us and try to forget less stuff when you go to the range. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be on the lookout for our video talking about this Taurus Raging Hunter. It's gonna be a really good time, I'm excited. We've got our Liberty 2 on there right now, but because it has this big old pick rail, we're gonna put all sorts of on there and shoot it. So, because why not? So thank you guys so much for watching. If you're looking for an optic for any of the naked guns in your safe, you can check out www.swampfoxoptics.com to find a huge selection of optics like the Liberty 2, like the Warhawk I have on this bolt gun behind me. And you'll find anything that fits your needs for a price that doesn't break the bank. So we love that. And we'd love to get you shooting. So again, thank you for watching. If you don't mind, like, comment, subscribe, do the YouTube things. That tells YouTube that you like our content. That tells us that you like our content. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.